Hey everybody, it's Clodamove, Save the Victor Roll. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. It is another video from your older than average YouTuber here on the YouTubes, and this is a fun one. You'll have probably checked out the photo, but we are doing the new Cosmic Brushes collection. Ooh, Cosmic Beauty, remember, they're changing their name. So if you want to see the collection, and if you want to see some of it on my face, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Hey y'all, it has been a hot minute again. I'm just filming when I feel like filming and when I'm excited to film and I have a little time to film. So I thought since I was getting ready to go to my first Christmas market of the season with a friend of mine, I thought I would film this. I have my base on, and what we are playing with is this. This is the Cosmic Beauty. This is the Starlight collection. So back in the, I say the 90s, when I had my first apartment, I collected sun, moon, and stars. I had like a big sun, moon, and star blanket on my bed, and then I had like all the bottles and glasses, and I collected so much sun, moon, and stars. My taste changed, but I still have a fond memory for it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to get it. So it is a nice size box. I wasn't quite sure. With photos, you never know. Sometimes the things look bigger than you think they're going to be, and other times you think they look smaller than they're going to be. And I thought this was a nice size, because when it came with the box, I'm like, how big is this? You think it'd be teeny, but it's not. It fit nicely in the box. It was really well wrapped. That's the one thing Cosmic Beauty has always done for me, is they've wrapped everything really well. So here we go. We've got a drawer on the bottom, and then we've got the top here first. So let's, and I've already got hair sticking to it. Oh, that's me. So anyways, this is something that later on, if you want, if you take out all the makeup, whatever, you can probably use it as a jewelry box. This is really nice. Anyway, so we open the top here. We do have a mirror that you can see my brushes and stuff. And then on top here, we have a highlight palette. Then you go like so, and then you can see what is in the bottom. In the bottom, we've got 4 gel liners, and I want to say out the bat, because I quickly looked at this to make sure they weren't wrapped, and they were individually wrapped. These were easy to open. Usually when liners are individually wrapped, I just have such a problem, but did really well with these. Then there is 2 lip oils, 2 lip glosses. So we're going to pull this forward for now, close that up so we can look into the bottom. And then in the bottom, we have the palette. So there we go, which is the Starlight Society palette. So there we go. You've probably already seen 12 million people do this. So this will not be new to, I think, to most of you, but if you're interested in my opinion, which, disclaimer, you know, I love Cosmic Beauty, so it's probably going to be a love thing. I've so far not had anything that I've disliked from them. I mean, with some of the collections, maybe a color of blush or lippy I don't use as much, but quality has always been A++. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to play with them as we go along, because I have a limited time today. And then because it comes with eyeliners, lips, highlight, eyeshadow, I just picked a couple shades from the Christmas and Halloween collection last year of blushes to use. So let's look at the palette. I already took out the bubble wrap, but it came like this with the package, and then it had bubble wrap. So kind of like Juvia's Place, I think, was the first one to do it, and then Beauty Bay did it, and then now they do it. I do kind of miss the outer sleeve. This is the second one now without a slick permanent sleeve that takes up a little less space, because it fits like a glove, and then it's just easy to store. Sometimes I just think it'll just keep things from drying out or whatever, but because I have this collection box, I'll probably keep it in here. So I'm just going to move this to the side for now, and let's look at this beautiful palette. This again is 20 colors. Now they're doing it this way versus this way, but to store it, it's the same size as the other one, so you can store it like this. I have like a little, looks like a book divider thing, and then I put them all in there. But I'm gonna need, if I was taking this out, I would need a second one at this point. So anyways, we of course have our little plastic protector. We have a mirror, and then we have this beautiful color story here. And this one has some neutrals. So this one almost feels like a mix of a few different palettes. So this would probably be a good on-the-go palette. You've got some neutrals, you've got some pastel colors, you've got a few darker ones for a little bit of dimension. This is probably a good on-the-go palette. It's like encompassing a few of the other palettes of theirs. But of course, the shades will probably be different. I haven't compared palette to palette to palette, but just color story-wise, this reminds me of the one palette that's all the bright blues, and this is kind of like the little Halloween palette or Gothic palette that had some fun purples in it, and there was a couple of neutral palettes. So this looks to be like a good everyday let's take her around color story. Let's put on some glasses here really quick and look at some of the names of here. So we've got things like trinkets, bell sleeves, astrology, and a shawl. So that would be the first line going this way. Then we have celestial stained glass where stars align and tassels. So that goes that way. Then we have patchwork amethyst taken by the wind and drapes. Okay, going that way. And then we have incense, mood ring, Starlight Society, and journal. And then on the bottom, we have stardust, constellations, daydreamer, and crystal ball. So beautiful. What I'm really liking is the fact that you can do a great look with this row, a great look with this row, a great look with this row, a great look with this row. And they seem like they're nicely popped out. Or you can do this quad and that quad. They just seem to nicely be laid out in some different color stories. So if you don't know where to begin, you can just pick one. So I think today I am wearing green, so I think I'm going to do the turquoisey blue kind of aisle there. So I think we're going to go with this. So what I'm going to do is prime my eyes. I have been using, of course, my P. Louise Rumor 2. I always, except for colored ones, because I always have a few different colored ones open, I try to have the neutral bases just one at a time, because color-wise, a neutral base is pretty much a neutral base. So there we are. So let's quickly pop some of this on and do a look. So I kind of just remembered this morning, because this is November 1st when this is going up. So this is going to be my first heading towards winter look. I'm going to dedicate this video to my name twin, since it looks like I remembered this morning that we forgot to pick things for our monthly look. I think we've just both been really busy. Work has been absolutely insane. That's another reason why I haven't really been filming. I do have some new P. Louise that I wanted to film because it was in the Halloween collection, but it's just, my life has been busy. So I think we forgot. So I'm going to dedicate this to my name twin. She's also a Cosmic Beauty fan. I don't know if she picked up this collection or not. I don't know if they're going to separate any of these. Like, I think they probably will do it so you can get the palettes separate. I'm not sure if they're going to do the gel liners and stuff, but possibly. So we've got ourselves some base on. So now I'm going to go with the darkest shade, and this one is called Astrology. So we're going to use that on the outer edge. I'm just using some brushes. I should have grabbed my Cosmic Beauty brushes, but like I said, I'm low on time this morning. So here we go, and let's see. Ooh, she's a beautiful blue. This is a very fluffy brush that I picked, so I thought we could put on and blend all in one go. Because again, suffering for time. But this is definitely a collection that I'm going to play with a lot. This is definitely one, because except for blush, which I have some of Cosmic Beauty, this is like the whole shebang together. So you got your lips, you got your eyes, you got your highlighter, you got some liners. So the liners are gel liners. There's 4 different kind of sparkly ones. I was hoping for liquid liners, but I seem to use those a lot more. But I'm hoping these ones are going to be better than the Kaleidos gel liners. That was kind of the last set of kind of shimmery style liners that I got. I mean, they're not terrible, but like terrible, but they're more that you want to do like, you know, your base, a light padding of a neutral color, and then do a beautiful liner look. But to do as a liner with an eye look, I didn't find that they worked super well. So there we go. But they were supposed to be more, I guess, duochrome-y. So this is very beautiful. As usual, no fallout. It's going on really nice. So I just wanted to kind of pat on a look. I have colored my hair gray. Some of it turned out really well. Some of it, I used Ion. It is so thick. It is thick. She's like, you should get at least 2 because it's thick. You need like 3 of these things. So once I got to because I started at the back, got to the bangs, it was still hard to stretch it out even to the back. So I had a little bit left of another brands that I had tested previously that almost went black with my darker, when I had not so white hair, but it went a darker purple. So I ended up just focusing on the bangs. So I have kind of like a purpley gray at the bangs and the rest of it a gray. There's a few patches where it's a little bit lighter and then on the ends a little bit darker. So I'm hoping that when I do the next run, it'll be perfect. I just know to buy 3 tubes of that stuff if I use the same color, which I do quite like this one. But man, that stuff was thicker than pudding. It was crazy. Alrighty, so let's just take I'm gonna have one a slightly more denser brush, and then I want to see if we can pack on more color, because like I said, we did it just to kind of blend and get on, and of course no fallout, so we're happy with that. So now we're gonna go just take some on our brush and see if I use a denser brush, does it go on to darker? And the answer is yes. So there we go. I just want a teeny bit more darkness on the end, not a lot, just a little. So that I can use my brush there. That way we can darken the bottom corner while leaving the rest all nicely diffused. So because I don't know how the gel liners are going to be, I don't want to do too dark of an eye look. Not that that's easy to do in this palette unless you do the browns and the gold. So it is a very pretty palette. Alrighty, so the next shade we're leaving, of course, the shimmery stuff to last, so we're going to go to the next one. So that first one was Astrology. Now we're going to go by Taken by the Wind, so that is the medium blue, and then we'll go into Daydreamer, which is the lightest blue there. Let's do this one. I had done a declutter, excuse me, I'd done a declutter, and then I remembered I had one of these. So I've used some of these brushes this week, so I thought I better clean them off as I'm going along. So anyways, we're going Taken by the Wind. And we're going to go like so. Then I thought kind of a bluish look might go good as gray. And again, this is a little bit more denser of a brush than the last one, but it is still pretty soft. So it's kind of like blending and placing color at the same time, which I like because I'm a lazy blender. Everybody does these beautiful blended looks. I know, like I've known people that have taken hours to do an eye look because they're blending, but unless I'm really getting ready to go somewhere and then I put together like 2 hours or something for the complete look, then maybe I spend more blending. So anyways, that's that one. And then we're going to go into that last shade. We're going to go into Daydreamer to sit on the front. This was going to be an easy look, and it's also going to just test it out. Yeah, look how pretty that is. Oh, this makes a nice bright front part. Alrighty, so then for the bottom lash line, we're going to go into that first blue again. So we're going to go into Astrology, and then we're going to go. And I forgot to bring my setting spray. Do I still have one in my drawer? Or did I finish it? Ooh. There we go. Yeah, see, definitely with a denser brush goes on a darker. I did use, again, a little bit of spray just to guarantee. Not that I've ever, except for maybe a black or something super shimmer where I was really rough putting it on. Like I said, I rarely ever get fallout with Cosmic Beauty. So there we go. So now for shimmers, we have two in this row. We have the darker one that's called When Stars Align. So that's that one there. And then we have Starlight Society. So When Stars Align, ooh, nice and smooth, as per usual, is that one. And then Starlight Society is that there. Oh yeah, that's definitely a good topper slash inner eye. The reason this purpley one is really pretty, I just want to swatch it because it's just kind of called Mood Ring. It feels like it has a bit of blue and purple, so I thought just for let's rebel and go out, color outside the lines and see what that looks like, just because it looks really pretty. Oh yeah, that kind of goes with the darker part I did with my bangs. That is so pretty. That was so pretty. All right, so what we're going to do for the inner quarter, we are definitely going to use Starlight Society. So that is that one there. I think that would just add some nice shimmer and shine into your tear duct there. Yeah, there we go. Can you see a little bit there? I know, it's a teeny weeny space, so I definitely have to reach out to my name twin, see how she is doing. But yeah, since we're both fans of Cosmic Beauty, I thought this would be a fun one to do today. And it was kind of on the fly. I kind of thought last night, you know what? It's like, I've been really wanting to play with this collection, except for opening it and unwrapping the liners. I haven't really played with it, so there we go. Maybe a touch more, maybe a touch more. This is such a pretty color, and I love the feel of it. It's just so soft and silky. Well, that's probably part of the reason why I want to put some more on. So there we go. So now we're going to do a phalange test, and we're going to go into Where Stars Align, and we're going to tap that. I'm going to start a little bit of a darker spot. So we do want to try the gel liner, so I don't want to possibly put too much on so that it may cover, depending on how the liners work. We haven't tested them, we haven't even swatched them, so you can almost see somebody's reflection in this thing. Alright, there we go. Alrighty, so that is our play. I'm actually really kind of excited to do a look with that. That could have kind of gotten good today, but these beautiful blues with a little bit of kind of a turquoise shift looks really cute. So there we go. So we're gonna pop this beauty down for a second. Let's talk gel aligners. So these are the gel liners. They come in a little box, and then when you open it up, they have a little tray in here. And then they did come individually wrapped, which I know is good because it will save them from drying out. Not that I've so far had trouble with gel liner pencils, but gel liners in a pot, that's a completely different story. So there we go. And then as you can tell by the bands, these are kind of the colors you're getting. You're getting a gold, you're getting a turquoise, you're getting a light blue, and then it looks like rose gold or neutral. Let's see, let's pop the first one out, and then I'm going to see if there is a name on them. So this one is called Sunburst. So of course it's a metallic gel liner, so we will quickly swatch all of these. So it is like that. So here is a Sunburst. Ooh, that is very pretty. Can they roll back down? Yes, they can. And then the next one here, because we're probably going to use the bluish one or maybe the purple one. So this one is called Astral. And let's do it up just a little bit. And then, ooh, that's really pretty. That's Astral. I think these might work better because they're just metallic glittery, not supposed to do a duochrome where you're expecting some kind of super magic. This one is, what's the color of this one? Does this one have a name? This one is Whimsical. So this is that kind of icy blue. What is it? Wait, hold on. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a silvery white. Maybe it's got a smidge of blue. Ooh, that's pretty. And then finally, last but not least, we have, what is it called? Charms. And we've got Charms. So this is one that I thought looked like a rosy gold, but let's see. Uh-oh, I was a little bit too rough. That's my fault. Ooh, that's a fun color. I like that. Almost kind of orangey. Ooh, that's pretty. Be gentle when you first open it up. I was a little rough on the tip on that one and I broke it off, but only a teeny weeny piece. The other three, I didn't do that. So that is me being the elephant in the china shop. So there we go. Well, the other thing I was thinking, if it didn't work as a liner too well, that I would maybe do a little design to make it work. But let's start with that one. So that was a whimsical, yes? Yes. So let's start with putting that into the waterline and see how that plays out. How much time do I have? Oh, it's still good. I'm seeing anything there? It's a little bit brighter. I see like hints of sparkly blue. Like once I go over a little bit onto where the blue is on my lash liner, I see some sparkle. Here we go. Subtle. Okay, it's only on a little space. All right, so let's see if I can do a little bit here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go along the top here. Oh, yeah, this is very gentle. Be very gentle. I'm going to try. Oops. See if I can still use that. So I'm going to pop that. I'm going to break it on my hand. And I'm going to use a little brush. Okay, because I broke it off, I'm just going to, I don't want to waste it. Go like so, and then I'm going to highlight along the top. Since there we go. See, that's really pretty. And it's almost the same turn, or maybe because it's mixing with the eyeshadow, but then you get a little bit of shimmer there. So let's do that. And then I'm going to try maybe a darker shade as a liner. See how that goes. But for now, let's just color a little. Yeah, just be very gentle with it. Don't roll it up too far. It's not as shiny. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, but very subtle. So you'd either want to do this on a very pale look or just do something artistic. But we know I am not the most artistic person on the planet. I just like playing with this stuff. Okay, so now we're going to go into, this one was, again, Astral. So we're going to do this purpley shade as a liner. Let's see if that does a little bit more for me. Yeah, I am getting, you can see a little bit there, but again, it's feeling too light for the look that I did. But let's just give ourselves a little shimmer along the lash line. But let's go how it feels. It feels really nice. It glides on really nice. There's no tugging. It's not dry. It's nice and emollient. It goes on. Up close, I'm seeing purple color. It might shift a little bit here, but yeah, my eye looks. These are something I would definitely maybe use on their own. Do a very, or just like an eyeshadow that is like your skin tone to kind of balance everything out, and then use these liners. I think they'd be really cute. Or if you want to draw a little design or something. So there we go. But they are very emollient. They go on really nice. The colors are really pretty. Like I said, up close here. Oh, up close here. Maybe it's because of my lights. Up, can I come closer? There is some purple there. It looks actually really pretty in person. Ah, lights, right? You want light so you can see what somebody's doing, but sometimes the colors don't show as well when it's too bright. Maybe we'll lower it at the end. So anyways, there is our gel aligners there. Like I said, a very, wrong hand, very emollient, very pretty colors. They go on very nicely. They're just, like I said, you have to be what kind of base you're going to put them on, or if you'll do them really thicker, or if you have more talent using them than me. But in that way, they're really nice, and they actually do go on a little bit better than the Kaleidos ones. So I am happy with that. Alrighty, so next up, we're going to do quickly some blush. So I grabbed 3 different ones. This one is Mary. This is from the Christmas collection. So this is like a red shade. That's kind of nice and bright. And then I picked blush. Oh, this is the blush butter. Oh yeah, and then these ones didn't have names on them. So we're just gonna have to go by colors. So this one is also a reddish shade, but it leans maybe a little bit more pink than Mary does. And then, because these ones just all say blush butter, I got rid of the boxes, you know, storage and all. And then there is this bright pink, which I really like. I think this is probably the one I've used the most. But I think we're gonna go and use Mary today. I think we're gonna go a little bit nice, bright and red, and kind of a little bit Christmassy, I guess, because we're in Christmas market. I didn't bring my sponge, so a blush brush it is. Yeah, using those two words together is difficult. Ooh, these are very bright. Okay, hold on. Hold the line. We are going to have to, I forgot. We are so emollient. Okay, I'm going to go grab my sponge. I will be right back. La 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 la. Wouldn't it be a video without me forgetting at least one thing? Not two or three? Okay, so let's go here. Because these are like butter. Very soft, emollient, and colorful. All right. Still a little crazy. We might have to buff after, but here we go. Alrighty, so now let's look at the highlighters. So the highlighters are Astral Radiance is the name. And the same thing, they come in a box. They came with some bubble wrap, and then in the case like this. So this is the second set of highlighters that I have from them. The other ones were the Pastellis, I believe. And then we've got these, very pretty. So we've got Moonbeam, Starlight, and Sunbeam. So Moonbeam, let's take some on our phalange here. And let's go here. So that is a Moonbeam. Ooh, that's pretty. Then we have Starlight. Ooh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty. And then we have a Sunbeam. This one reminds me of that line, the last liner that we tried. It's that kind of peachy, orangey prettiness. Nice. I don't know which one. I think we're going to use that peachy one. Let's try that. And then we're going to try and be. Okay, I guess I'll use that. It's not my regular highlighting brush, but all right, let's very gently go into Sunbeam. And then see if we can very gently, because it is a darker shade. Ooh, okay. Then because I've got this darker cheek, there we go. And on the corner of my nose. Yeah, there you can see how pretty it is. Hey, is it again? Sunbeam? Yeah, just like a sunbeam. That is super pretty, super shiny. Oh, that is gorgeous. These are all very pretty. I bet you if you took a little bit more of Starlight, that second shade, that would really even more enhance the yes, even more enhance the tear duct. Oh, that is so pretty. Alrighty, so next up, so that was Astral Radiance. The next up, we've got some lip oils and some liquid lipstick. So they've done bullets before, so this is going to be the first liquid lipstick and the first lip oils. So I don't have a lot of experience with lip oils. I tried a couple that were I have one that I got in a mystery box from MAC, and it goes on more like a almost like a lipstick. I really quite enjoyed that one. So let's see. So first let's look at this, the tinted lip oils. We've got Ritual and Spellbound. So this one is Ritual. Hopefully let's see here, let me get the, I will eventually murder all the boxes, but this is the way I roll apparently. Oh, look at it. That's so cute. Alrighty, so this one again was I see, I already forget. This is Ritual. Let's put this on here. So here, this is Ritual. Ooh, that is very pretty. Oh, smells delicious. This is cute little baby dauphin. So there we go. That is Ritual. I know, I might even get rid of the boxes already. So and then this is Spellbound. Are the colors on here, however? No. Oh, maybe we should keep the boxes for a while. All right. Eventually, I'll just go, oh, will this color work? What I do with other lips, but here we go. So now we've got to spell. Oh my goodness. Oh, this looks beautiful. Glittery. Also smells delicious. Ooh, this might be a nice topper, hey? So it looks like it's a dark blue. That would go nicely with our eyeballage. Ooh, that is, ooh, I love how they smell. That candy. So that is Spellbound. That one I would be almost more as a topper or a put on and go for a little glimmer shimmer. Then we've got the liquid lipsticks. This one is in the shade, let's say Wednesday or Whimsy. Oh, I had it upside down. Andromeda. Not even close. Oh, you can tell I'm blind in the back. Put my glasses on. Alright, so Andromeda. That looks very pretty. Nice neutrally shaded. Like a mauve almost. Ooh, I like that. Ooh. It just smells like liquid lip. So, makeup. It smells like makeup. So, when I say, ooh, liquid lip, it doesn't smell bad. It smells like makeup. It's the lip oils that are delicious. And then we have Eternal. You have to check to see if the lipsticks have the name on them. Okay, this one is really tight here. There we go. Let's see what this one has to look like. Okay, and then that's a neutral. Which I sometimes really dig, weirdly. There's one from Kaleidos that's really muddy, and I love it. There we go. I think we're going to do this one, even though I'm kind of tempted. Though this one smells like chocolate. How did this one smell like chocolate and the other one didn't smell like anything? Just like makeup. What? Is my nose failing me? Hold on. Okay, you know what? The box has got to go. Now I can't get it out at all. Come on, come on, come on. Come hither, you. Come hither. Yeah, I've already destroyed this box. I cannot get this stupid lipstick out. All right, so here we go. Let's do this to start. Oh yeah, that is a gorgeous color. I like that a lot. Oh yes, that is a pretty. I wonder if I should just cut the, where'd the box go? The little label off with the name and then just stick that in the bottom of the storage. So that way I can, yeah, I've totally destroyed this poor box. Sorry, Cosmic Beauty, you do these beautiful boxes and I destroy them like nobody's business. So anyways, Andromeda here. I like. This is great. All right, so I'm just going to go and finish up. I'm going to buff my face, put down my bangs, put in some earrings, and we will be right. Okay, and we're back. I put on a little bit of mascara. I did a buff, put on some setting spray, and then I played with our shade here, Spellbound. I thought, I wonder if I put a teeny bit of lip oil, would that interfere? Because usually with a liquid lip, it dries down, and if you have anything kind of oily or whatever, it disappears, but it did not. It added a little bit of shine. What do we think? Yeah, nice and shiny. I like that. So a little bit of that with a little bit of this. Yes, I like that. I think it turned out really well. And a little bit of stick, but not gross stick, like you know, like you're gonna get those weird little lines or whatever. So there we go. A little crazy on the blush. I gotta remember that these things. Alrighty, so let's have one more quick look at our beautiful collection here. Yeah, I took the lipsticks out of the box and I just put their little tags underneath. I'll probably tape them down so that way because they don't have the names on there. I took the box off the liners but left them in their little liner thing. Then we've got our beautiful palette and our beautiful highlighter. And that goes like so. We will, hard to do with, there we go, like so, and then down, and then our Starlight is contained. So there we go. That is our look. If you like this video, please give it a like, a comment, and subscribe. And maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends and try glamorous Starlight things together. As always, behave and make good choices, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.